Hi guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Bevling. If you're new here, do well to subscribe and hit the notification button so that whenever there is a new post, you will get updated, right? So now you and I agree that the Real Housewives of Lagos is the most dramatic, one of the most dramatic reality shows ever. Drama. Okay, so and you also agree that the episode 8 is the hottest of all the episodes that they've released. I mean, look at what happened. Anyways, since this is the first review of the series, I'm going to introduce the ladies to you. We have Chioma, Miss Excess. She has agreed. In fact, she's taking the crown that she's Miss Excess. She dresses to her satisfaction. I mean, she says this is who I am. Even if you look at her outfit for one of the premieres for the series, goodness gracious. She's Miss Excess. She slays. And that's who she says she is. So, I mean, let's just leave her. She's wearing her crown boldly and she's happy about it. So that's Chioma. She's like elegant and, people say she's calculated. And then we have Toyin. Toyin is a fashionista. She says she's someone who doesn't take excuse me to say nonsense, but then she's going to tell you how she feels, and if you do something to her she doesn't like, she's going to let you know. But then I don't think that she did that in most of the episodes. She just kept them to herself and she's like, I'm matured and I'm grown up and I'm going to talk about it and blah blah blah. That's what she did, right? And then we have Carolina. She says spoil her with loyalty and she's going to grace you with her presence. Really? So that's her. She also doesn't like, she's in for war, not necessarily war, but she's not going to let anyone get away with hurting her and making her feel little about herself, right? Then we have Iyabo. So Iyabo is one who comes across as very, very open. She doesn't hide anything. Whatever you do to her, she's going to let you know. You hurt her feelings, she lets you know. You do something that is not right, she lets you know. And we saw that in the series. We saw that in most of the episodes, okay? Then we have Mariam, who came in through Toyin. She's Toyin's friend, so she came in and she also tried to find her way around the girls, and then that's it for her. And then we have Laura. Let me pause. Laura says she's bubbly, she's happy, she's social, she likes friends, she likes to hang out with her friends, but we really did not see that in that much of her. She's like bubbly, she's different at home with her husband and her kids, and she's totally different with the girls. Two different people, two separate personalities. Okay, so now these are the ladies. I haven't missed anyone, right? Iyabo, Laura, Carolina, Chioma, Mariam, and Toyin. Good, all covered. Now, at the beginning of the episode, what started this friction between Laura and Chioma is that Laura says Chioma is her friend, Chioma says Laura is a client. Now, lesson from that: know your place in people's lives. You cannot. Laura assumed that because she's dealing with Chioma on a business level, they were friends. To Chioma too, she's a client. What do friends do? You go out, you have fun, you chat, you are checking in with one another. I think at a point, Laura even said that she hadn't even bought anything from Chioma in like 6 years. I was like, hold up. How are you friends with somebody but then you've not bought anything from them for like 6 years? So that means no communication, because for Chioma that's the only way they communicate, once she wants to buy something from her. So clearly they are not friends. But Chioma, Laura didn't take it the right way. She was like, are you serious? How are you embarrassing me in public? Well, if you know your place in people's lives, you will not be embarrassed in public. You agree with me, right? Just know your place in people's lives and you will be good to go. So that was Laura and Chioma's issue. Even after Chioma's trip, I thought like at the trip they were getting along very well, and that is going to like bring some positivity. They're going to come back together and be friends again, because being a client and a friend is not a big deal, like to break a friendship that you can start afresh. But that is not what we saw. And Laura again and Carolina, I think Laura and Carolina's issue like dates back before the reality show started, right? I think they've had issues all along before the reality show started, and so it has to do with Laura's sister publishing something about Carolina. She didn't like it, she doesn't like it, she's upset, and we saw it in one of the episodes. I mean, her emotions came to bear. Like, we saw the pain she was going through, we saw the hurt she had, had in her towards Laura's sister. And what pained her the most was the fact that Laura, as a mom, was still supporting her sister, even though she felt that her sister had wronged her, to write things about a child in the open, and according to Carolina, lies and all that. She didn't really like it. She didn't find it funny, she didn't find it cool, and she expected Laura to see the wrong that her sister had done, but Laura didn't see it. And so that also happened. And again, Laura again has issue with Tonya. Apparently, I didn't know that. So Laura is someone who wants you to be her ride or die, whether she's in the wrong or not. She wants Tonya to support her, whether she's doing the right thing or the wrong thing. And Mom Tonya says, no way, I am not going to support you when you're in the wrong. I mean, in fact, in one of the episodes, Iyabo says something that Laura only says Tonya is her friend because she really wants her in her corner, so that when there is an issue, Tonya will have her back. But in all the issues that they've had, since Laura is always the one who has done wrong, Tonya doesn't support her, and that hurts her. And she's like, you're my friend, you need to support me. And Tonya is like, no, if you are doing the wrong thing, I will not support you. That's not how friendship works. And so you don't expect me to support you when you are doing the wrong thing. And Laura wouldn't have it. I mean, if you have a friend and you are not able to tell her when she's doing the wrong thing, and because you don't want her to feel bad, I mean, you are doing her even worse. Like, you are not doing her any good. So as friends, you should be able to tell your friends what you are doing is wrong, what you are doing is right. Thumbs up for this thing that you did, but this thing that you did is a no. Laura doesn't want to hear that, like those things. She wants Tonya to support her, whether she's doing the right thing or not. And Tonya says, no, that's not how friendship works, and that's not what I'm going to tolerate. I will not tolerate that. And so, I mean, that is just it. And Tonya showed her like countless times, okay? And in fact, even somewhere along the line, Tonya was like, Laura was like, she doesn't know if she and Tonya will be friends after the fight that happened. And I'm like, are you serious? Because someone will not support what you are doing when you're doing the wrong thing, you don't want to be friends with the person anymore. Do you really want to have friends at all? Do you want to have someone as your friend at all in this series that we are watching? Or you just want people who will just be scratching your back and you'll not scratch theirs? I mean, how does this work? Yeah, so Iyabo thought that after the fight and then the dinner, the mood at Mariam's dinner and other events, the ladies have to come together and then solve their issues. As Tony said, there is no way you bring ladies who are angry with each other or at each other to a place for an amicable solution. I think one of the ladies mentioned that it was just the day after the events, the dinner happened, and I think that was too early, especially when people were angry. Laura was not happy that the girls were late. She didn't say it. Went on their WhatsApp platform, wrote a long message, and became back and forth like that on a page. Now, Iyabo had good intentions. She wanted them to come and then, vibe and then get along and, iron out issues. But we all saw what happened. Carolina and Laura they were in for each other. I know, I realized that Carolina was wearing trousers. She didn't just wear the trousers because she just wanted to wear trousers. For me, I think she wore it because she came prepared. She had held her hair. She came prepared. And when they sat down to begin the conversation, Laura removed her earrings. And I'm like, okay, that's also another preparation from Laura's end. Okay. But then Mariam came in and held Laura. And in that process, herself got off. And she just went down there quietly to get herself together. You could feel the heat and the intensity at the time, how she was trying to hold Laura back from, throwing whatever it is she wanted to throw at Carolina. But then again, they came together to, sit and then talk about it. But I don't think Carolina and Laura would ever be friends. So I think the ladies should stop forcing it. I think they are trying too much. They don't want to be friends. And I don't know if there's anything that can be done. They can't be friends. No, Laura is not accepting that her sister was at fault. She doesn't want to apologize. She doesn't want to feel remorseful. Carolina says, you said a lot of things about me. I have tolerated them, but no more. This one says, mention my husband's name again, and then say my husband's name a million times. And I'm like, what? It's like I'm children fighting, and Laura is being held by people even who are supposed to be behind the scenes. They're all on the scene trying to separate a fight from two elegant women, rich, fabulous women. I mean, this shows you that, Charlie, no matter what, no matter the level you are, or the money you have, when anger gets to you, like, I mean, you can't say you're not going to react. So Tonya's good intention didn't end up well, and we all saw it. And in fact, at that meeting, Tonya also got onto Laura and said, you told me, I mean, she went back to Mariam's dinner where she was like, I was trying to cheer you up and you told me I'm doing too much. I mean, when you watch the first episode, when Chioma said Laura was not her friend, the same attitude Laura displayed at the baby launch was the same thing she displayed at the dinner at Mariam's house, like the same attitude. She's like, I'm not social, I don't want to be among this group, I'm not feeling the vibe, I'm not feeling the girls. And your friend, someone you call your friend, is trying to cheer you up, and you embarrass her like that and say she's doing too much. And now you said she's not supporting you. What should Tonya do for Laura? You don't want her to write you when you are wrong. You just want her to support you like blindly like that. And she's a grown woman. She said, no, that's not going to happen. We are both grown women. When you're doing the wrong thing, I'm going to tell you. When you're doing the right thing, I'm going to heal you. And Toyin, again, when she went for the Laura's collection, like the launch of her fashion, like her collection, she was showing her hair products or hair outfits to Chioma at Laura's event. She said she was going to tell Laura how she felt about the event, but we didn't see that. She didn't do it. And she was showing her collection rather to Chioma at the event, and then I would think that was really wrong timing. That was a message she was sending to Laura, who wasn't there at the time. That's, I mean, what you have here, I don't see what you have. Look at what I have. But that's not what a friend is supposed to do. So after the fashion show, I was expecting her to, tell Laura or help her better her collection in her eyes, if that's how she saw it. But I didn't see that. Maybe they did this behind the cameras, or maybe they did that we didn't see. Well, I don't know. But then the episode 8 was fire, was hot. The girls were angry, and Shoma was sitting there all elegant and looking here, looks there, looks at them and laughs. Laughs when Tonya and Laura was like at each other's neck, and Tonya's like, Chema is not funny, Chema is not funny, but blah blah blah. But she was just there and looking at them, and I'm like, okay. So I don't know. Laura and Carolina don't want to be friends. They can never be friends. So I don't think the group should continue trying. But it's a reality show, and the two of them have to be in it, and they must be cordial and exist with each other and all that. But then I really don't know how the remaining episodes are going to unfold after this very hot, spicy episode. So I'm sure there is more drama ahead. For sure, we know that for sure that there's more drama ahead. And so, Charlie, people, we'll come back again when there's a new episode to review and then see how this unfolds, right? So thank you for watching. My name is Bevelyn. Do well to subscribe and leave your comments. What do you make of the series? How do you see all the ladies, their characters, their attitudes? What do you make of them? Who is your favorite, by the way? I have a favorite, but I will not mention in this episode. So, right, thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.